we're back.
Yes, we're back. You're listening to Let's Talk Relationships, and
Yes,
we are going straight into our segment Life Moments.
life moments.
Yes, Life Moments. And our guest for Life Moments tonight is Mr. Davion Forbes. Uh, there he is. Hi,
Good
Davion.
night.
Welcome,
Good
sir.
night.
Welcome, sir.
Good night.
Welcome to Let's Talk Relationships. So let me just give you a little bit of info on my friend Davion. So first of all, he's single.
Is that a wooden chair behind you? Is that a wooden chair? It looks very unique. What is that? That's like a wood thing behind you.
Oh no, it's my bed actually.
Oh, that is so cool, man. Listen,
Yeah.
all right. I want one of
Yeah.
those. Okay, I want one of those. Go ahead.
Yeah, he's fancy.
Ah.
Yeah. So so Davion, he's a past student of York Castle High School, University of Technology, where he studied construction,
Okay.
and he has a Bachelor of Science in Quantity Surveying. He started studying, however, photography in about year 3, and that's when he had his aha moment, his life
Okay.
moment. Yeah, so he never looked back. So he is a professional photographer, and he has been featured in the Gleaner, the Observer, Destination Weddings and Honeymoons UK, and he has been doing this professionally for about 5 years. Am I leaving out anything, Davion?
If
Seems
you do,
about
he'll fill
right.
the blank. If you do, he'll fill the blank. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, yeah, I
Seems
know.
about
I
right.
know he does some work on along with some foundations as well. So he did a scholarship foundation, right? I hope I'm getting that correctly.
Yeah, not entirely a scholarship foundation, but I was
Uh-huh.
doing a scholarship for GSAT students, and then I kind of partnered with another YC and UTech Pass student, Art Dennis, in doing a thing that we call backyard scholarship. So
Okay.
we're doing
Right.
it on a more grand scale, so to speak. And I was also doing some work with One Jam, One Love Foundation, where I was a director. That was
Nice.
related to back to school stuff and school related things.
Okay.
For the less fortunate, that is.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So, Davian, what made you move from QS to photography?
Yeah,
About
yeah, yeah. Good question. Yeah, that's a real switch there. I'm
I've always
curious.
been artsy. I've always I in high school I used to like draw and stuff. So
Okay.
Okay.
I've always liked that kind of thing. But I remember that summer, I think it was probably 2013. I was just
Mm.
like, let me just try and buy like a real good phone and see what happens. Because I didn't want to like jump in heads on with like
Right.
buying a camera. So I was like, I needed a new phone. So let me do
Mhm.
some research and find out which phone would be the best phone for me to use. And at the time, Nokia had a Nokia 808 PureView, and
Okay.
Uh, mhm.
I had a summer job that summer with Heart Trust NTA, and saved my little stipend and whatnot.
Okay. Okay.
And yeah, and I got my phone, and I just started messing around really. I had no hopes of this becoming like a new career path or anything like that, honestly.
Wow.
Okay. You know, DJ KTE, funny story.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Davian and I, we went to high school together. We
Uh-huh.
weren't really close friends in high school,
Okay.
but nah. See him shaking his head like, nah.
So wait a
I
minute.
was
Wait a
one of
minute.
those
Wait a minute.
girls.
Same grade. Same grade.
No, I
No,
was
I
his
was in
senior
like grade
actually.
7.
So Damien, tell me, was she stuck up or was she stuck up or was she cool?
No, I was not stuck up at
Tell me,
any point.
I
Damien.
don't I don't think she was stuck up. She
Uh-huh.
was the head. She was like the deputy head girl, I believe. So
So she was stuck
she
up.
had to have that thing, but
Come on, DJ.
she she tried to be cool. She tried to
Yeah,
be
that's
cool.
nice.
I hung out with a few fifth formers at the time, so I was kind of in the crowd, but I wasn't really in her circle per se.
You seem rather laid back. I mean, really cool. So you was Lady Misty, was she always this kind of laid back, cool kind of
as far as I've known him, yes, he's always been like that, just cool, collected.
Okay.
You know, he has that kind of personality. I don't think I've ever seen Davion angry. I don't think so.
So
I've never
what
seen
you
him
get?
like that. So even in what you see is what you get. And funny enough, I don't know if Davion remembers this. When there was a guinea pig when he just started out his photography business. I have the pictures.
Now I get it. Okay, I
yes.
Well, somebody had to be something, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? Be a training ground for
I had to be something, right? I was no model, but you know. But
I remember that.
I know. Yeah, I know he has been doing great work. So, Davion, I know tonight we're talking about networking and you know the importance of having a network. So, in starting your business, how important has that been for you? You know,
it has been
having a network.
very important, very very important. I was fortunate enough, you know, when you have a bit of talent, the people higher up kind of get drawn to you and feel the need to want to guide you and groom you in a sense. I was fortunate enough to grow rapidly in the initial stages, so people were amazed at what I was doing at that level. So I got quite a bit of mentorship from a bunch of people. And if I should start naming people, it would not end, honestly. But
well, name some.
I will. I can say for sure, Gail and Wisdom, who I actually shot Lady Misty wedding with.
Yes.
Yeah, he was one of the persons that initially I caught his attention, and he was kind of showing me the roles. I remember Jick Ruben was one of the persons as well, and Dash, a bunch of people, honestly, and I'm forever grateful. Oh, Mark McFarlane. I remember when I didn't really have a lot of gears, and Mark would lend me a few stuff. I remember one of the first weddings I did, he lent me camera, lens, and he actually shot the wedding with me as a person who was more experienced. So I'm eternally grateful.
That's nice. So speaking of filming, when you started shooting, and you mentioned about having the guinea pig, and you were looking at start taking pictures. What pictures that you took that got you like, whoa? People saying, "Oh my goodness!" Was it more like nature kind of stuff? Was it more like imagery? Was it more of like, you know, what was it that got your attention, that full attention? Okay, say no more, say no more, my brother.
You had to go on that link, right?
Say no more. I've seen the light. Okay, I said nothing. You know what? Okay, Mr. Davion, you're subtle and you're very smart. I got you.
You need some water, DJ?
Yes. Let me get my water. Get my water real quick. That's just I kept it close by just in case.
That picture that you're looking at is actually my first nude ever, though.
Really?
That was quite interesting. I had to MacGyver some stuff to actually get that shot.
Wow. So question, how did you get the participant? That was what was the key? Was it, as far as network now, was it what you asked them do something, or you how did that go?
All right, so I started as I think almost everybody started with just taking some photographs in the back of my yard of flowers and insects and so on.
Okay.
And then I had some friends. I just said, hey, let me just try and capture some pictures. Just random pictures, like at UTech we had this park that's called the Sculpture Park. So we'd always hang out there, and I would just randomly take some pictures and just edit them. They were very overdone at the time, but to me they were amazing, and apparently people liked them. And I enrolled fully in YouTube University.
Okay.
YouTube taught me everything I know. I enrolled fully, and I started reading more and more. And it was now final year, and I had my internship. and I was at the housing agency of Jamaica. I was getting a better stipend, and I'm like, all right, let me see which camera I can actually find. And I found the Nikon D3100, and I saved most of my stipend each week. And I watched YouTube. I watched so much YouTube that by the time I had the camera in hand, I knew every single thing about the camera.
Wow.
Honestly, I was just obsessed, and I started doing some more shoots and so on. My first paid shoot was with another YC and UTech pass student, the same person, Art Dennis, that I'm doing the scholarship with. He was just getting engaged to his wife, and I remember I did that shoot for 2,000 Jamaican dollars, and I shot the hell out of it.
Yes, you did.
I
Yes, you did.
was doing all the Pinterest poses and everything.
Wow.
But I think that shoot kind of pushed me further into the game, because people started seeing now, you know, people like seeing love, and Art posted the images, Daniel posted the images, and I think things just started to get better from there. And I tried to do some more shoot with friends and so on, and eventually I realized that, hey, I'm actually getting good at this, so I think I can try and make this into a business. I'm still going to finish my degree, but I think I can actually make this into a business. And as I'm growing, the networking is getting stronger as well, because as I said before, I was growing rapidly, so people saw the potential and they started to mentor me and so on.
Right. The pictures are beautiful, by the way.
Yes,
Well,
I
you
think they're
know this.
phenomenal, man. This definitely, you definitely have an eye for this.
I was reading the
Oh, that's
article.
Art, by the way. The one
Yeah.
that's above where you are now. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah. That's him sitting on the scooter, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Art.
There he is. That's my schoolmate, by the way, too. Yeah.
Yeah, they were in the same year group, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
Davion, I was reading the article that was featured in the Observer this week, right? No, last week.
Last week.
Yeah, and it talks about, you know, just surviving through this pandemic. So how have you been doing?
I've been doing fine. I'm grateful that I had a bit of savings, and that's what really kept me afloat. Because, as I said in the article, I'm primarily a destination wedding photographer, so with no flights coming in, nor activities happening overall, I truly had no persons, no weddings to shoot really.
Okay.
So I was living off the savings, and I was just grateful that the first part of the year wasn't as bad as it normally is.
That's a blessing there.
Yeah, so it really kept me afloat, honestly, because I had no income, and I'll have to put in extra work right now, because I was taking from the savings and not putting back anything. So
understood perfectly.
We are at the bottom right now.
You have to build it back. But again, it shows you the power of not only being wise to say, but having your own business, how you ought to approach it. Because, like I said, you know, the good thing about having your own business, of course, you have time and you may have certain freedoms, opposed to having the routine job concept. But you know, when sometimes things go down, you may not be able to go and say, I'll collect employment or get any kind of, you know, government help. So you were definitely thinking very, very strategic there in having a nest egg. That was very, very smart. So now looking ahead, because I myself have been into the entertainment business as well. You know, I do the saxophone here and I do my thing. And of course, when the COVID happened, I too was shut down. I'm now getting calls now for like maybe later on for the year or maybe next year. So what's it been like for you as far as what do you see? What's happening now into next year? Are you getting those kind of calls coming in back and those kind of things happening for you now?
Yeah, definitely. I'm getting a few shoots here and there locally, and the inquiries have started to come back in for next year, and some of them are for later down in the year, for October, November, and that kind of thing. So I'm grateful for that. It was so refreshing to get my first inquiry after all of this.
Good.
It was like, wow, all right, I actually still have a business. So yeah.
So Davion, do you have a team where that works with you? How does that work? How do you navigate that?
All right, so I wouldn't call it a team really, but I have two friends that I primarily shoot with. That's Christopher Lee and Garfield Lynn. So we kind of shoot for each other. So in a wedding situation, it's kind of hard for one person to shoot an entire wedding and get all the movements and all the angles. It's quite tedious. So generally what happens is we have two photographers on any given day, and we'll guarantee that we won't miss a shot. Wow. So basically most times it's myself and Christopher, and if it's Christopher's wedding, then I'm the assistant photographer. Same thing for Garfield as well. And I've done some work with Jick as well. So
cool.
Yeah, it's like that kind of network though, because if both of those persons are busy, then I'll have to find somebody else within the network that I trust to actually shoot a wedding for me or with me. And in the same breath, if I'm probably double booked, then I'll want somebody to shoot the wedding and actually represent my brand properly. So networking is very important there as well.
Yes. What's a network like with, building a relationship with another photographer? Is it bad? Is it good? Is it a selfish game? Is it, are they open to, teach each other things? Yeah.
For me, I haven't had a bad experience. As I told you before, when I was younger in the game, persons never shied away from explaining things to me, and I extend that same courtesy now. Anybody at all know that they can come to me and ask me any question. I can be a mentor. While I won't be able to walk you through every single aspect, I can point you in the direction of resources. And I'm not selfish with the knowledge at all. It's there for everybody, honestly. So for me, I haven't had such an experience, but I've heard of situations like that where people are either trying to undercut another photographer or badly of them, but I personally haven't had that experience. I'm not saying nobody is speaking badly of me, but not that I know of.
Yeah. I kind of stalk you, right? So
confession is good for the soul.
yeah, I kind of stalk you, and I know that one of the moments that you've had was taking photos at Sumfest, right?
Well, no, not Sumfest. I was
It
supposed
was a Sumfest.
I was
It was a
hoping to
Sumfest.
shoot.
It was the other. It was
Sumfest.
the.
Yes,
what was the other?
In February. It was
in February,
Rebel
right?
Salute.
With Rebel Salute, right? So how was that? What was that like?
It was actually a very, very new experience because, funny enough, like 2 weeks before I got the call, I was just on Twitter, and I'm like, all right, 2020. I think I want to try something new. I think I might try concert photography. And I actually tagged Jick because Jick is a prominent concert photographer. And I was like, yo, Jick, I feel like I want to try concert photography though. And I said, yeah, bro, no problem. And I asked him for some pointers. And, it's pretty much normal photography because I think once you have a wedding in the back, there's nothing that can really surprise you, honestly, because concert photography is anticipating the movement of the person and framing everything in the blink of an eye, getting the lighting right, all of that. And that's pretty much wedding photography because you don't get another chance. So it was like me manifesting all of this because for me to get the call like a week later, it was it was like, wow, all right, I should definitely do this some more.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so it
So
was quite an interesting experience, honestly.
that's good. And you really had some beautiful shots there. I have to tell you that they were really, really good. So what would you say to an upcoming, photographer who wants to come in this business? They want to make it, they want to be successful. What are some of the pointers, are some of the steps that you want to share with them?
Don't worry too much about the gears,
Okay.
honestly. It's easy to get caught up in the gears, and photography can get expensive real quick, right?
Mhm.
Right. Mm-hmm.
So don't get caught up in the gears. Honestly, try and master the craft. I had my 3100 for a couple years before they actually stole it,
Wow.
and
Wow.
I think I actually milked the hell out of that camera. Honestly, like people were
Mhm.
constantly
Mm-hmm.
surprised that I was just shooting with an entry level camera. So you use the
Wow.
gear that you have until you have outgrown it, and
Yes.
you upgrade. Because I mean, upgrades are essential, but don't get caught up in the gear talk, and find somebody who can help you navigate the waters. YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
And for anybody who is there and actually listening and watching, you can definitely hit me up, whether Instagram or email or whichever medium. I'm always online for the most part, and I have no problem sharing the knowledge, honestly.
So Davion, I think that's a great thing. Now
Awesome.
you're actually a lot of these are taken in Jamaica, correct? A lot of these pictures.
Yeah, all of them.
So now here's my question to you. Now Jamaica is known. I mean, Jamaica, I know. I'm sure it's changed a lot over the years since I've left and been came to the U.S. But Jamaica is known to be very conservative in nature, right?
Hmm.
And so how challenging is it for you to get someone to take a picture bare skinned or not in the nude or not so much not clothed? Is it a challenge for you to do that in Jamaica?
Actually, I believe the Jamaica now is a
Hmm.
way different Jamaica from probably even 5 years ago.
Okay.
Honestly, we have grown tremendously in many aspects, and openness is one of those aspects.
And what do you
So
think? What do you think might have been the contributing factor to that happening?
just exposure, openness to like social media has really brought a lot of things to our doorstep,
Hmm.
and a lot
Mm-hmm.
of things that were frowned upon
Yeah.
are now slowly being accepted,
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
and
true.
and like the stigma associated with a lot of things is not as strong, and also people just kind of start living their lives without worrying about the next person, honestly.
So okay. Here's the question I want to ask you now. Have you been reprimanded by some people, maybe a family member, maybe a church person? I've been like, Damien, now come on, you're going too far. Have you heard that in your work?
No, a lot of persons haven't really come forward to me in such a manner because I've
Hmm.
always been I've always been against the grain. I
Okay,
sometimes
okay.
refer to myself as the unorthodox madman. So
Out of the box,
I
huh?
mean, yeah, I'm always against the grain, honestly.
Wow.
So a lot of persons don't really come to me with negativity. It's
Hmm.
actually quite the opposite
Wow.
because I am so against the grain in some scenarios. It's not very far fetched for every person to actually think of those things sometimes. So it's like, oh my
True.
God, somebody is actually thinking like I am, and I
Mm.
realize a lot of persons confide in me because of
Right.
this. You
Mm-hmm.
understand? Because I say the things that a lot of people find taboo or crazy, like, oh my God, did he really say or do that? So people kind of it comes with with how I am, really, honestly.
Yeah. I always said I want to pick your brain about something else, but I won't say it right now.
All right,
That's for
pick
another.
it. I want to hear it. I want to
I
hear
told him I know. I told him that's for another show. That is for another show.
Uh-oh.
That's for another show. Davion know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we'll have
Um,
another show for it because it will be
yes, we definitely have another show for that.
quite
And yeah, and I'm
quite
going to
interesting.
invite DJ KTE to come on that show because I want to pick his brain as well.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Folks, you're listening to Let's Talk Relationships, and the show just got hot and hotter. And Davion Forbes just made it hot. I have no complaints, and we need that. So it's a good thing. It's a good
I'm
thing.
innocent.
Yes.
Yes.
We have some comments from Facebook, Davion. They're watching you.
Oh, they are.
So yeah. So M Edwards is saying that you should have your own course. You
Own
should probably
photography
have your own
course.
course. Yes. So we want to shout out all the persons listening and watching us on Facebook right now.
Yeah. All right.
And we want to know, where can we find you, Davion? And
You can
what's
find me.
next for you? What yeah, what's your projection?
Okay. You can find me on my website, davionforbes.com. So that's DAVIONFORBES.com.
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Instagram at DF_photography_. Or you can find me on Facebook at Davion Forbes Photography. As it relates to my future and what's next, I honestly just want to continue getting consistent bookings. And for this year, I wanted to actually do my first travel destination wedding, but with COVID, I'm not
Yeah.
sure that's going to be very possible anymore, but I'm sure the client will push it back to next year.
Okay.
But
Okay.
I'm the one that has to shoot the wedding, so
Wow.
I'm looking forward to that flight.
That's good.
I can tell you, if I ever took a craft like this and did these pictures, they would have killed me, Davion. What? My goodness, man! I would have get the left hand, right hand, and back. I would see stars.
Yeah,
But
man.
I really, it's amazing how someone has a gift, and you can be in one journey in life, and you just do something so almost like casually, almost like let me just try something here, and that gives not only has it made room for you, but the world now is like, whoa, your name's like Davion. So who are people compared with? Like, what have you had comparison with as far as your style or maybe what you do?
Honestly, don't get compared a lot. I don't even think I can remember a situation where I've been compared to another photographer because
Mm-hmm.
I think while my style is very similar to many others, I mean, it's clean and
Mm-hmm.
it it has a certain tone to it. So I think a lot of persons can actually recognize my work without even the logo sometimes.
Okay.
True.
Which is
I truly
great.
don't think I
That
get.
happens. That's great. That's called branding. That's called branding there, man. That's good stuff.
Yes, I don't think I get compared to other photographers, honestly, because I bring my own style. I like to tell people though, a lot
Mm-hmm.
of persons can take good images and clean images and everything, but when it comes on to me, it's all
Mm-hmm.
about an experience, the DF experience. So from the first moment you actually send in the inquiry, the experience begins. So communication is top notch. Understand? We're
Okay.
trying to get what the vision is for your wedding, for your shoot, and we try to do it in a photojournalistic way, and we just bring everything across in such a nice package that I mean the Google reviews really speak for themselves.
Yes.
Like it, we try to make it an experience. So you're not just
Mm-hmm.
remembering the images, but you're remembering the whole interaction. You're remembering every exchange, really.
Wow.
Right. I know you don't really work with a team, as you said before, right? You don't really have a team, but you have as persons who assist you from time to time. That includes, like, makeup artists and so on, if needs be. So, you know, how's that relationship? I'm sure everybody loves working with you, right,
Hair,
Davion?
makeup, yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any hairstylists at hand, but most times the makeup artists typically have a bit of knowledge in fluffing hair and making it nice enough for the shoot. But I have a pretty good relationship with each makeup artist and just people in general. That's just me. I'm a people
Yeah.
person. People gravitate to me. I don't know. I guess I maybe have like a positive aura.
Because we have quiet
Something like
spirits,
that.
Davion. That's why people just naturally just,
They're
you know,
drawn.
yeah, they're just drawn. We have that, yeah, we just dripping. We dripping. Yeah.
Wow.
So I have a good relationship with every friend that I've come in contact with, honestly.
Okay, that's good. And I'm sure the clients have that same experience.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely.
Okay.
I've really only had one bad review in
Okay.
all my life. And
Have
it's
you
usually
Beyond,
ever
not
had
even
have you ever
beyond,
had a hold on, have you ever had a client that like stress you out? Like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm
demanding
gonna,
client, just never
yeah.
satisfied.
well, I think probably that one client that gave me less than a 5 star.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was not you.
Wasn't me.
But
That's what Shaggy
I
said. It
mean,
wasn't me.
I think I think she kind of just had like a certain expectation, and even though the day didn't go as it was supposed to go weather wise and so on,
Mhm.
I guess she thought I was gonna create magic again. And honestly, that wedding is one of my proudest moments.
Wow.
Honestly,
Interesting.
like when Christopher and I completed that wedding, we were like,
Hmm.
yo, this was good because of everything that happened, and we still navigated the waters well, to my knowledge.
Yeah.
I
Hmm.
mean, if you even read the review, it is the longest
Hmm.
review I have. You read
Wow.
the review,
Uh-huh.
you will realize that basically everything that she has a problem with
Hmm.
or had a problem with, she basically commented on it and on how I handled the situation. So I really don't think it
That's
was
good.
a loss for me, honestly.
Mhm.
Great,
Because
great, great.
anybody who is looking on my page and will read that review, they will actually see through everything.
Hmm.
Okay.
It was quite the task, and I'm still very proud of that wedding, honestly.
That's
It
good.
really it shaped me. I felt bad though.
Yeah.
Like when I read the review, I felt horrible because I mean you have a
Okay.
string of 5 star reviews, and then here comes this one, and you're like,
I know the feeling.
Yeah.
Yes, I've had that. Yeah, I've experienced that before.
Yeah. It's
That's
good though because at least you've learned from it and it has made you a better photographer, and you know how to navigate difficult situations from that. So there are good lessons from it.
definitely.
Yeah, so this is a lighter question now. So I know we have a thing here in Jamaica. I don't know about in the US, DJ, but I know in Jamaica we have usually females. They are drawn to musicians, photographers, and artists. So how are you with the ladies, Davion?
Uh-oh. Yellow shirts, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I
Davion, you know
know,
what I'm
right?
saying?
Coming out all strong.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I'm
I,
surrounded by testosterone tonight, so
Yeah. So we want to know what's going on, Davion.
all right, for me, I think I'm fine with the ladies. There's
you think
no
you're fine. Hmm.
there's no
Mm-hmm.
there's no one lady in my life.
Mm-hmm.
I'm single, as Joshua said before.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I'm fine. Honestly, I haven't had a hard time talking to females from I've known myself. I've
We know
always just
this.
been my chilled self,
Yeah.
honestly. And as I
Any
said,
prospect?
just
Any
the
prospect?
I'd say
Mm-hmm.
yes and no, but I'm honestly not looking
Uh-huh.
for a
Oh, okay.
relationship
Oh,
right
what?
now.
What? Oh, wait. I'm gonna ask the question again. Okay. I
I'm
hear
I'm
you.
I'm I'm definitely not looking for a relationship right now, and
I hear you.
I will not lead on anybody's daughter. So I try to stay clear of any feelings. Yeah,
I heard someone say today, a younger person, as a matter of fact, and I was in discussion with some folks, and someone said it's better to be, two is better than one. So the issue was that, or so the conversation was about how when two people work together, it can be so powerful. Now, I know a lot of people when they in business or when they're entrepreneurs, they tend to want someone who understands the role and what it takes, being busy in the creative mode. And the last thing you want is for someone to not understand that, and not able to work with you and to support that dream or vision that you have. So I want to maybe speak to the fact that, what are your hopes as far as one day meeting that special someone? Are you particular about the person being in business or business-minded person, or someone who's just okay in who they are and what they are? Are you looking for that kind of support in business, building an empire, so to speak? Someone in the same genre of work. What are you looking at or maybe hoping for?
All right. As I said before, I'm not actually looking, but at the very core, I think we should align as it relates to relationship,
yes,
religion, spirituality, like ambition, that kind of thing. It has to be somebody who will complement me.
Yes.
I can't be the one doing all the teaching. I have to be able to learn from you. We have to be able to bounce ideas off each other. That kind of thing. We have to align spiritually, as I said before, because if we have different views there, then that will also pose an issue in other aspects of the relationship. So it's important that we align at the very core, and then we build around that, basically.
That's right.
Okay.
That's right.
That's important. You mentioned the word core. That is really, really a key word. The core. Yeah. Because when you have that core locked in, of course, you're gonna have your variances as far as ideas and so forth, but the core stays. You come back to that. So great thought, Davion.
Yes. Davion, we want to thank you so much for coming through and talking to us. It was a pleasure talking to you in this space.
Yes.
And I wish you all the very best for, the business as, we get rid of the Corona soon.
Yeah.
Yeah. And before you go, I want to ask you, since we're ending, we're almost out of time, but I want you to, as a young man, you're all of 27, so you're getting as old as I am. Right. So what's a relationship tip you would give somebody right now?
Relationship. I'm a single man, but I guess
Yeah.
the
From
coach
you,
don't
I want to
always
hear from
play.
you. That's right.
Are you saying stay away? Is that what you saying? Stay away? Stay away?
Oh no, I'm not
saying
saying that. I'm not saying that at all. What I'm saying is, though, be true to you. You understand? We have a lot of people changing for their partners or altering themselves in such a way that they have to be somebody totally different when they are with their partner.
Wow.
There are persons who I've seen situations where I know a person better than their partner, and that's not good, honestly. You shouldn't you shouldn't be hiding your true self from your partner, because at the end of the day, you'll be wearing a mask so long that you won't even recognize your own self, honestly.
That's right.
Wow.
I believe that.
Yep. So that's my 2 cents from the sideline.
Be true to you.
Yourself. I like that. Please you. So again, before we go, can you once again tell us where we can find you? Your website, Instagram, whatever you have. Let's shoot it so we can have it.
All right. So that's DavionForbes.com, DavionForbes.com, and Instagram DF_photography_, and we have a travel vlog coming soon. I'm working on it because I've always been doing my adventures, so people have been saying, hey, why not do a vlog? And I think I just might. So
Nice.
look forward for that as well.
Yes. So once again, my brother, Mr. Davion Forbes, good to have you on Let's Talk Relationships. It was a pleasure having you. You're fantastic. And from now on, I'm going to call you Mr. Cool. That's my name for you. Mr. Cool. Love it.
It was a pleasure. It was a pleasure being a part of the show.
Thank you. Likewise, my brother.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. Wow. That was awesome.
You saw his pictures, man.
Awesome.
He's definitely,
yeah.
Definitely. I felt like I was almost got in trouble there. Like, these producers, man, they can really make you.
You are fine, DJ. You're fine.
No, blame it on the producers. I'd be like, Shaggy, blame it on the producers. No, it was actually very, very good artwork. It's definitely as an eye for this thing.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, great. Definitely.
He does.
Yeah.
And like you said, that's Davion. He's always been that cool and that collected, and
nice.
he has that personality. So
yes,
he's a cool dude.
Yes. So folks, we here want to thank our producers. Oh my goodness, they want to make it happen behind the scenes.
Yes.
I mean, we talked. We want to thank. Well, you know they are. We have
DJ Kelly, Marsha J,
we have Del Rose, and they're a phenomenal team. So we're very happy to have them.
Yes, and we do want to thank Dr. Drummond for coming through tonight.
Yes.
I know she was having technical difficulties, but we will sure have her back.
Yes, we will.
We sure want to hear her story.
Yes, she said it was a storm.
We want to hear her story.
At the time, so the storm kind of interrupted a lot of the so we definitely want to have her back. She was phenomenal.
Okay.
Let's talk
relationships on UMERADIO.
So what are we talking about?
Marriage, dating, parenting, business,
and love, emotions, sex.
It's a conversation with me, Lady Misty,
and DJ KTE
on everything from hot topics to taboos.
Join us Mondays at 9 p.m. live on UMERADIO.
Follow us at Let's Talk Relationship Show on Facebook or on UMERADIO on Instagram. Let's talk relationships, arguments for the grown.
Get the UMERADIO app to listen wherever you are. That is UMERADIO, one word.